A minister had just closed a revival in a huge Midwestern city. He stepped on the train on his way home and found himself seated beside a young man. For nothing better to do, he turned to the young fella and tried to start up a conversation just to kind of pass the time as they traveled. Noticed he didn't receive an answer. Told the young man, said, "I'm a preacher. I'll be glad to help you any way I can." The young man, tears streaming down his cheeks, proceeded to tell this story. He said, "Preacher, about 2 years ago, I got so mean at home that my mom and dad couldn't do anything with me. One day, I even went so far as to strike my father with my fist. He told me then, 'Son, I hate to do it, and it's going to break your mama's heart, but I want you just to get away from here. We can't do anything with you. Just get out of my sight.' Preacher, I wandered all over this country for the past 2 years. Then about 3 weeks ago, I gave my heart and life to Jesus. Wrote Mom and Dad a letter and told them what had happened. Told them I'd be on this old train and told them I'd be coming home. Preacher said, 'Son, that's all well and good, but how do you know you're going to be welcome? How do you know that Mom and Dad will even let you come home after all the pain and heartache you caused?' Young man said, 'Preacher, we've lived beside these old railroad tracks all of my life in a little old white house. Out behind the house is a great big old apple tree I used to play in. And I told Dad in the letter if I was welcome home and if everything was all right and they could forgive me, for Dad to go out back and hang a little white rag right on the top of that tree. And I could see it from the train. And I'd know by that everything was all right. Preacher, would you look for me and tell me what you see? I want to go home so bad, and I'm so sorry for all the heartache I caused.' Well, the old preacher, not knowing what to expect, dusted the window of that old train off and looked out, turned back to the young man and said, 'Son, you can relax. That apple tree's in full bloom. I never saw so many white rags tied on anything in all of my life. And that's not all. Out under that apple tree, I see that gray-haired old Mom and Dad waving a big white bed sheet, saying, 'Come on home, son. Welcome home.' And you know, that's just like God. No matter how we've wasted our lives, no matter how far in sin we've sunk, all we have to do is say, 'Jesus, help me, forgive me of my sin,' and He'll welcome each and every one of us home."